Alright, hello everyone. So, quick track guide for Suzuka, so that was the lap in an official qualifying session. Pretty good lap, can be a little bit better, but let's just go over a couple of things for this track. So for turn 1 here, we are braking around here, so I'll just say 60.5% brake bias for this. I'm using, you can use a bit more, a bit less, doesn't really matter. Whatever suits you. Whatever makes the car feel balanced. So turn 1 I'm using the access road here as my reference point to start turning in and start braking. And then you can come quite tight to the inside here, or you can let yourself go a little bit further out, whatever kind of gives you more consistency. So you can use more of the track or come a bit tighter. And then you just want to be trail braking all the way around here into turn 2 to get a nice kind of wrap around the corner and get a nice, be able to push the exit nicely whilst you're still on this curb. Be careful with the exit curb. This can kill you, put you into the opposite wall here. I did that in a race last year. That was really embarrassing whilst I was leading. Now the S is here. I mean, I don't have too much to say about these. I just kind of use my flow. I just go with the flow kind of thing. Some people push a bit more and pull back a bit more on different turns and then have a better exit on the next one or something. I like to obviously just use the trail braking and get a nice feeling. This one's an important one, to kind of be patient on the entry and settle it down in 4th gear and then push the exit so that you can go as flat out as possible for the exit. Then coming around here for the Degners, I like to go over this curve, so this was a tip from my teammate Christoph Lipp, one of the best drivers around here. He said that it is really ideal to go over this curb, like put this curb in the middle of your car. The problem is that if you go more to the left, you can get a slow down penalty, and if you go more to the right and just put your wheels here on the curb, then it can really upset the car and cause you to actually spin off. So you have to kind of place your car in the right position. The alternative is just to go all the way around the curb and just skim the curb, but that obviously then compromises your line into the second Degner somewhat. And then braking on this curb, again, if you're on top of this curb and braking, then it's going to unsettle the car, so I like to just be alongside the curb and then kind of grazing this one as well. You could maybe go a little bit tighter, but not too much. And then this one you can push all the way out here without getting the off track, as long as you're still touching the red and white curb. Now going to the hairpin here, I like to stay in 4th gear. You will have noticed there's really no point going up to 5th gear. It's just going to make it more difficult slowing down and downshifting. So I like to stay in 4th gear. Now, mentioning Christoph Lipp, I think I remember him liking to take a early kind of entry, and at this point he would already be going towards the inside of the corner. Personally, for me, it's just a bit more comfortable, consistent, staying on the outside, going down to 2nd gear before then committing to the corner and just getting it nice and tight. So again, that's something that you can experiment with. Then let's skip along to spoon, trail braking, and I like to go out on the curb. Different people again kind of do this section in different ways, but for me, I like to, I often go even further out wide here. It's just that you risk getting an off track if you lose contact with the red and white curb, and potentially the car can also get upset by the curb here, so you have to find what you're comfortable with, but you can definitely let the car run out wide here to set up the second spoon, where this is quite an understeery corner, so you have to be nice and patient with the trail braking, nice and patient before then pushing the car out, because very easy to get the off track here when you're pushing onto the exit curb. And then coming along here for 130R, I don't think I'm very good at this turn, weirdly, even though it should be quite easy. It's just about timing and how much you lift and how smooth you are with the entry. But I like to shift down to 5th gear most of the time, just because if the speed drops below 244 or so, then at this point, if you stay in 6th gear, then it's gonna kind of, if the speed's at around 240, then the 5th gear is better to pick up the revs and pick the speed back up. And then I find it quite comfortable being in 5th gear for the braking zone here. Just makes it a bit easier for me. But you can stay in 6th gear if you can carry a lot of speed through 130R. In terms of like a turn-in point, I mean, we have the 100 board here. And then we're kind of starting to lift off and turn in somewhere in between the 100 and the 50, but I find it difficult to be really consistent with that. So it's up to you. Also, some people actually go over the grass on the entry, so you can try that as well. But yeah, just cutting across that 6th gear and then kind of come down to 5th to keep the revs high. And then braking down to 2nd gear. You can also use 3rd gear potentially here. Clambering over the curbs. Kind of don't commit to this curb too early because it will push you out wide, so you have to kind of wrap around the 2nd curb and then push the exit on here. And then take the Liam Lawson line down to the finish line. And yeah, I think that's about it really. I just wanted to keep this one quite short because I think most people just watch the lap, to be honest, and not the talking. But if there's any questions or anything or any comments you have, then let me know. Of course, links down in description for you know, donations, because one guy liked to donate. So yeah, that was very appreciated. So yeah, I think that's it. Follow us on Instagram. I think there's a link in the description as well, maybe for Inert iRacing. And apart from that, yeah, take care and see you on the track, hopefully.